All rise.
This is Deeper Than Money. Talk to me.
I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
If he is not going to honor you, he needs to be gone.
Compassionate.
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
She's powerful.
If I were in this situation, I would have put you out too.
And she's on the bench.
I feel like I'm being judged here.
That's what I do.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Jessica Llyod is suing Gary Gomez in the amount of $3,000. Ms. Llyod claims she rented a room in the defendant's home and says he changed the locks after a disagreement, forcing her and her 3-year-old to stay in a hotel.
I understand you're in court today suing your former landlord. Is that right? For $3,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so tell me what's happening.
Well, basically, I was coming out of a rental situation. I didn't renew the rental agreement. My roommate at the time didn't want to live with a child. I'm a single mom. I have a 3-year-old daughter. And so I was on Craigslist, and I happened to find Gary's ad. We spoke, I think we texted a little bit, and he seemed okay with living with a child. I came to see the place, and everything seemed fine.
Okay, so you came to see it. You inspected the property.
Yeah.
You were fine with her having a child coming in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, so you had listed your apartment on a listing, and she responded to the ad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what were the terms? What was the agreement?
The agreement was she came to actually view the apartment prior to October 1st, I believe.
All right.
And then she came on October 1st. She liked it. She signed the lease.
And what were the terms of the lease? How long?
It was going to be for 3 months, and then we're going to go from there to see if we're going to extend it or not.
All right. So initial term of 3 months.
Yes.
And how much was she supposed to pay?
$800 for the initial month, and then it was supposed to be a $250 security deposit, which I never got.
All right.
No, we agreed that I would pay that on December 1st.
No.
So
Well, I never got it.
I have that in a text message.
Okay.
So now you have inspected it. You move in. How large is this apartment?
2 bedrooms, 2 baths,
Okay.
outdoor patio.
All right. So you move in, and what goes on?
Well, so he has a master bedroom. It has a bathroom attached to it. So I take the other bedroom, then the bathroom's in the hallway, and at first things seemed okay, but then all of a sudden I noticed his girlfriend's over there a lot. They're making a lot of noise in the communal areas. If they're not arguing in the bedroom, we can hear them having sex. And I have my daughter, and that's just really inappropriate to have in the house with a 3-year-old. Like, you knew that a child was going to live in the house, and you just no regard to that at all.
I have regard. I was a single man living in my apartment by myself. So what I do on my personal time, that's different.
But you agreed that I can live there with my child. I'm putting her to bed, and I have to hear those noises. It's just very inappropriate. And so immediately I knew something was off. It just it didn't feel right.
So did you all talk about it? I mean, did you just say, listen, this is not working, and I'd like to be able to terminate the lease early?
Well, no, we signed a 3-month lease.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You have a 3-month lease, but if you are that upset and feel that it's inappropriate for your child to be in that environment, did you go to Gary and say, may I leave early?
I didn't leave early because financially I just couldn't. I'm moving around all the time with my child, and I just need something stable for her. And so I did bring up the noise complaint to him, but they just seem to not really care. It's his house. He's threatening to call CPS on me.
Wait a minute. He's threatening to call CPS on you.
Yes.
Why?
He threatened to call CPS on me.
Why?
Because so there's been a couple instances where my child was sleeping, and I had to go move my car for street sweeping or go grab my laundry.
You could have just communicated that with me.
Well, you're in the bathroom, in the shower. What I'm going to say, hey,
She's
Gary.
not my responsibility.
No.
How am I supposed to know?
I'm being irresponsible.
Stop. Did you then say that you were going to call CPS, and why were you concerned about calling CPS, Gary?
Because I felt that having a child left unattended without my knowledge, where's she at? I don't know. I mean, anything could happen to her. Even though I'm here, she's not my responsibility.
That's a good point. I mean, if you're going to leave your child unattended in the house, somebody needs to know that. Yes?
I understand, but escalating it to CPS is a very big deal. And I'm a single mother. If my child gets taken, like, it's devastating.
Well,
and I don't want to.
We already had a rocky relationship from the get-go. So every time I try to talk to you,
Gary.
you just kind of brush me aside.
Gary, things
So-
seem to
Well,
be okay.
I want to address the CPS thing. Let's be very clear. This is a serious situation because I have dealt with this as a judge for many, many, many years. I just have no patience when people talk about calling CPS as a threat. And people do that much too often. But, so now you all are already in a tense situation.
Yes, Your
He's
Honor.
threatening to call CPS. He's saying he doesn't know where you are. And if you are leaving the child unattended, somebody needs to know that. And he's saying that you all are having such a rocky relationship, but that needs to have been communicated.
I understand. He actually did call CPS. They did show up to the house, yes.
Oh, they did?
And she never was left in a situation where she wasn't safe. And I understand how that looks. But I'm doing my best as a single mother to make this happen and to give her a stable life.
So why did CPS come?
He claimed that I was neglecting her.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Let me ask you this, Gary. Did you call out of spite? Did you call CPS out of spite?
No, I called out of really concern. I called out of concern.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Jessica Llyod, who is suing Gary Gomez for wrongful eviction.
And what did you say to CPS to get them to come? I didn't know they showed up, my goodness.
It was just the fact that I have no idea where she's at. So this happened more than once. It was,
How many times are we talking about?
well, you figure every time she goes move her car or that's what she said she was doing, moving her car.
I'm
for
doing the
street sweeping
responsible thing.
Or doing laundry or whatever. The problem is I
So
don't
the child
know.
is left alone in the apartment.
Alone.
Also
So you call
sleeping.
CPS, I'm talking, you call CPS, and what do you say to CPS?
I just said I have concerns about the child that's in my residence. The mother, I don't know where she's at right now. I really
Oh
don't.
my goodness.
And I don't know what else to do.
So did CPS open a case or did they just close it?
They ended up closing it. They came by and spoke with me. Like I said, most of the time she was sleeping. She was never just out and about in the house, just in harm's way. She would be sleeping. I would move the car.
Yeah, but you don't know if she's in harm's way inside the room. You don't know if she's awake. I'm not going to go into your
Let me ask
private
you this,
area.
Gary. Did you call out of spite? Did you call CPS out of spite?
No, I called out of really concern. I called out of concern. I just feel like she wasn't there. I didn't know where she was
Gary,
at.
anytime I brought anything up about the apartment, there was a AC unit that is supposed to be in the window. It's just out in the living room. There's wires exposed everywhere. My daughter could get her hands caught in there, could trip on it.
See, but there's a problem right there. There's a problem right there already
to
because
please,
you came
can you
to
move
vi-
that out of the
you
way?
came
Can
to
you
see
put it
the
up?
apartment.
The house is not childproofed at all.
You came to view
And I
the
tried
apartment.
my best.
Let's
I
stop
tried my-
right there. Stop right there. The house is not childproof, but you also came and inspected the house before you moved in.
I sure did. I didn't think that AC unit would still. It doesn't even look like it's usable. So I don't know why it was still there, and I don't know why it was a problem
But you're
that I
also-
asked to have it moved.
But you also said that the house wasn't childproof, and you knew that before you moved in.
I understand, Your Honor.
It sounds like this was a bad situation to begin with. So now, how do we get to the point where you're suing him for $3,000?
Well, basically, my child's father. We are not in a relationship, but he's in her life. It was Halloween, and it was kind of like the first time that, she's 3, it's the first time that she can enjoy it. We can trick or treat together. So I had him come over. We go through the neighborhood, everything's fine. We come back to the house, we're putting her to bed. They happen to fall asleep, and I just didn't feel like waking them up. We kind of just, he spent the night, and the next morning,
See, but that was a problem. That was a problem again.
Gary has a problem with it,
That was a
with,
problem again.
folks sleeping over, and I understand. but-
Specifically in the lease, it said that you are not allowed to have anybody over after 9:30 p.m., which obviously
Gary.
you did. All you had to do was let me know. All you had to do was
you
let me know.
weren't even home. You were
Leave a
out. It's
note.
Halloween. You were
Leave a
out. I don't
note.
know where you were.
Leave
What
a
am I
note,
supposed to do?
call, leave a
We fell
message.
asleep.
So
the
there
next
was ways
morning,
to do
Gary
it.
has a problem with it. We didn't make any note. He didn't even know anyone was over there. So I don't know why it was such a big issue. This is my child's father. You know, I'm not trying. I'm not
This is
bringing
the
this-
only time this has happened?
This is the only time it happened. Only time. And he's
So
over
Gary,
here.
come on now. I mean, it's Halloween. He comes to see his child. He falls asleep. Technically, you're saying it's not part of the lease, that he's not supposed to be there after 9:30. Nobody's supposed to be there after 9:30. Why was this such a triggering event for you?
It's just because I've always done things my way per se, and I'm just used to my ways, and I just felt like she's the one that needed a place to live.
Yeah.
And she agreed to terms with time constraints or whatever it may be, but she agreed to terms, and so I feel like you agree to terms, you know what you're getting into, then follow it. It's not that hard. Or like I said, give me a heads up or a notification, something.
You have to be flexible in life. You have to be
But you know what?
flexible.
You were never easy to talk to from the beginning.
Gary,
This sounds like this is a very bad match. So
I agree.
how did we get to the point where you are saying that you are owed $3,000 for wrongful eviction? What happened?
So that morning after Halloween, I leave to go to work, and he's trying to talk to me. I'm trying to get out of the house. I need to go to work, get there on time, drop my daughter off at daycare. I come back to the house to find that my key no longer works at the front door. That's strange. Gary's car is in the driveway.
Come on, Gary. Did you lock her out? Let's just get to the bottom line. Did you lock her out of the house?
I did. And I have reason because she had threatened me.
How did she threaten you?
She threatened to call services saying that I abused her child. So
Let's tell the truth, Gary.
Anytime
Let's tell the truth
that
here.
happens, or especially to a guy, to a man, it's not a good thing.
I'm in the
It's never
restroom
really a good
hearing
thing.
my child scream and cry. I come out, what do I see? Broken glass on the floor, there's orange juice. He has his hand on my child.
Her threat
And she's
scared me.
crying. Hysterical. I'm like, what's going on? Why he's treating her so rough, so
Her threat
tough.
scared me so bad that I had to install security cameras inside my apartment because I didn't want her to be able to make any accusations that could be harmful to me.
Coming up,
It's just mind-boggling that you can throw a woman out in the street with her child, nowhere to go, and you just lock me out.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Jessica Llyod, who is suing Gary Gomez for wrongful eviction.
Security cameras obviously were installed prior to what we're talking about in terms of you locking her out. That's what I'm trying to understand, because that is the basis of this lawsuit. She is suing you for wrongful eviction and saying that you did not have the right to lock her out.
I felt I did have the right. I just felt like this was a no-win situation for me. I needed her out. We weren't talking to each other.
Gave me no warning. No warning.
No warning, no notice. You
No
just
notice.
locked the door. You have a lease. I'm talking. The remedy is not to just lock her out with no notice. Gary, you can't do that legally.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't see it like that.
Well, you know what? The only opinion that matters in here is mine. So how do you justify the $3,000? Break it down for me.
Well, I paid Gary ahead of time on the 28th. I have the text, or no,
Let
the
me see.
receipts that say that I paid $800 for November. I got kicked out November 1st. I'll give that to you.
$800 for November.
$800 for November.
And you had prepaid for that November. And then what happened?
And then I had to, so, as I'm sitting outside there's bags of stuff, of my belongings outside, most of, I don't even know if it's all my stuff, because I feel like I lost stuff in all of this. I had $1,200 for a hotel. I stayed there for I believe 15 days. It's just mind-boggling that, you can throw a woman out in the street with her child, nowhere to go, and you just lock me out.
So now we're up to $2,000. We're talking about $800 for the rent that you were evicted before you were there for November.
Yes. Oh, the security
that you were-
deposit. I don't think I need to. I don't need to pay the security deposit, which was $250.
$1,200 at a hotel.
Yes.
Because you were there for 15 days because you had no place to live.
Yes.
And so now we are up to $2,000. I'm trying to understand where the other $1,000 is.
Just for punitive damage, I just feel very. You know, my daughter had to go through all of this and see. Like, it's just been so damaging for all of us, and I just. You know, I'm trying my best
All
to
you
make
gotta do
this
is follow
work
the
and just
rules.
give her a good life and just do things right. And
I got it.
Coming up,
I did my best to always make sure I kept the place nice because I respected him.
But like
you
I
know,
said, even if you notice that stain on the carpet, it looks like bleach.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Jessica Llyod, who is suing Gary Gomez for wrongful eviction.
You can't just lock somebody out. Now, if there is something criminal going on, then you have the right to call the police. But you can't just lock somebody out, no notice, put them out on the street, and you've even already got November's rent.
Well, it was criminal for her to even accuse me of abuse, child abuse.
Your rules are not the law, Gary. Okay. Your rules
I
are not
don't
the
agree.
law.
I don't agree. I still feel she owes me for security, and I just don't think.
You were saying there's some damage to the apartment.
Yes.
Do you have some evidence on that?
Yes,
Let
I
me see
do.
that before we leave.
There's damage. There's damage to the wall. There's damage on the carpet, and obviously it wasn't there prior when she did her walkthrough.
Do you have pictures
you
to
know
say
what?
that
I
this
don't think I
wasn't there
took-
before you moved in?
Unfortunately, I don't think I have
Rule
any
to
pictures.
people, if you're moving into a space, take some pictures so you have some proof. This looks like crayon on the wall. Did your daughter do that?
Your Honor, I'm not sure if she did that.
I don't have a
You know,
kid.
she would do stuff, and you know, he used to complain. There's crumbs on the couch, different things. I would usually clean up after I put her to bed. So, you know, I mean, she's a child. Like things are going to happen. But I did my best to always make sure I kept the place nice because I respected him.
But like
you know,
I said, even if you notice that stain on the carpet, it looks like bleach. So what happens if that was bleach and you stepped out for a minute or 2 or 10 while the baby was doing what in the room?
Gary,
How
I
do
don't
you
know what
know
that is. Gary,
You
I don't know. That could have been there before I moved in. I
it
don't
wasn't.
Well, but you should have documented that. That's the point I'm trying to say.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Gary, you were wrong to evict her under these circumstances, but is she going to get all $3,000 back? No, but she is for sure going to get the $800. I do not think it was proper that you were put out the way you were put out. So you're going to get the $800 back. And so I am going to round this up to $2,000 as opposed to the $3,000. I realize there's some pain and suffering. He should not have evicted you under these circumstances. But I'm finished with this. But this is not legal, and she is entitled to damages. Gary, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000, and I wish you all well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $2,000.
Any final words?
Never rent from Craigslist.
I still need some money they took out of my security deposit. I didn't get any of that back.
Gary.
All right, let's gather your folders.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.